Okay, Shonda says, does create an IFTTT network and posting to it give the same benefits as posting to a software like Syndlab or Syndwire? Is one better than the other, or should you do both? Well, they're kind of different, Shonda, in that I don't recommend taking content from your blog and just republishing it to a bunch of Web 2.0 sites that you would have connected to Syndlab or Syndwire, right? I'm not real familiar with Syndlab, but I am familiar with Syndwire. I have an account, or I bought that years ago when it first launched. But it's more like a link building tool. Syndwire is, in that you can, like a Web 2.0 link building tool. So you're going to add a whole bunch of different profiles, Web 2.0 profile accounts to it that you would be posting to. So I wouldn't recommend taking. I would advise against taking content directly from your blog and then republishing it on those, because that would be clearly like you publishing content and republishing your content for link building purposes, right? It's not the same as when you're syndicating your own content to your own branded network of properties. That makes sense. That doesn't create a problem, right? We're claiming our footprint. We want to claim our footprint when we're syndicating our content to our branded network of our branded syndication network. Does that make sense? Because it's our own content. It makes perfect sense. It's logical. It's normal for people to syndicate or republish their own, or share the content that they produce on social media channels, especially for the same brand, right? But when you start taking that content and republishing it across different Web 2.0s, that creates a footprint, which can cause a problem. It can actually be a negative ranking factor, right? So you got to be real careful about that. I'm not saying don't use Syndlab and Syndwire, but I would use unique content for that. I would not use the same content that you're publishing on your blog. Okay, and then be careful with those too, because remember, Web 2.0 links are typically a lot better type of links than typical spam tools. However, I would still recommend that you have a branded syndication network and use the tools like Syndwire to build additional links to your branded syndication network properties instead of directly to your money site, if that makes sense. Because then you're basically linking from Web 2.0 sites to your branded Web 2.0 sites, but that syndication ring acts as an SEO firewall. It protects your money site from additional link building stuff, activity that you're doing, so that you don't directly affect or link to your money site, which could end up causing problems. Does that make sense? So, yeah, you can use both. There's no doubt. I just recommend that you republish your own content in an automated fashion to your branded syndication network, and that's what we teach with Syndication Academy. And then you can use those other tools if you have access to them. Yeah, sure, use them, but I recommend using them to link to your Web 2.0 properties instead of directly to your money site. Okay.